Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I want to kind of do like a recap about everything that we've been talking about. And I want to make sure that everybody that's out there, when they're ready to come over here, is ready to pull the trigger and that they're safe. And you know, I want to bring up a lot of different things today and kind of cover a lot of different things for people that are getting ready to come over here, because I honestly believe that this coming year is going to be the year that everybody comes. I think this thing's going to be over pretty soon. I do see some setbacks and I do see some movement forward. So what that means, who knows? But I'm thinking that we are going to move forward probably by March to June, somewhere in that range. I'm guessing. So don't shoot the messenger. That's just a guess. Okay, so that's just my thoughts. There's no real reasoning behind that except for what I see in movement. Okay, I see a little bit of movement on a few things, and I think that once the beginning of the year happens, I think you're gonna start seeing some changes. But anyway, to start delving into what we're talking about here. Now, you guys getting ready to come over here, a lot of you guys are very, like, I hate to say this, but naive. You know, some of you guys still think that you can survive on, you know, $500 or $700. No. Some of you probably could, if you're willing to live in poverty level. The foreign exchange is changing here, guys. It's probably going to drop more. The dollar's going to drop next to the peso. Some people are saying the peso is going to go 40 to 1. 40 pesos to every $1. If it does do that, is it still worth living over here? Yes, but it definitely changes the amount of money that you should bring over here. And that's a decision that you guys have to make. You have to kind of go off the prices and stuff that we're giving you over here, us bloggers, you know, and like I've told you, some of you guys laugh when I tell you that you can get a place over here for $60, $80, or $100. Now, I'm showing most of those for a reason, because most of those are livable places. And some of you guys that are getting like $3,500, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for retirement funds, yeah, you're not going to want to live in those places, but the average person doesn't make that. A lot of people that are coming over here because they're poverty stricken in the United States, and over here they won't be. But you don't want to find yourself over here because of a foreign exchange change from 50 to 1 to 40 to 1. Right now it's about 48 to 1 or 47 to 1, I think, somewhere around there. It's changing. It was 53. So you can lose 20% of your income in 1 year from the exchange rate. Now, nobody knows where the foreign exchange rate is going to go. It could go up later on. We have one guy on here who says that it's going to go 250 to 1, which I think is highly irresponsible to say that, but that's what he says. And he has made comments in the comment section about that, and I believe he sent me some stuff too by email. I'm not sure. I know I read some of his stuff in the comment section of the thing that I did about the foreign exchange rate, okay? And he believes like 250 to 1. I doubt it will ever happen, but it is possible if the Philippines falls into like a, you know, like a depression or something like that, which would be terrible for the Philippines. But I don't see that happening, guys. But I do see possibility of that 40 to 1 thing that we talked about. The other thing, guys, over here is housing could go up. Things can change on, you know, relatively quickly, because things in the world right now are popping. They're popping. Everything's happening all at once. You know, with this turmoil that's going on with this virus and stuff, it could change the whole world. Every country is changing. Over here we got the SRRV visa being looked at, and that could change drastically. They could also look at the tourist visas again, you know, and take another look at that and change it so people can't stay here for 2 or 3 years or whatever, and then leave and then come back. They might change that. We don't know. You know, nobody can predict the future over here. So, you know, you really want to be careful, guys, and really sit and mull over your decisions. Do I think it's a great decision? Yes, for me it's a great decision. For you, I don't know. I don't know your health reasons, you know, your health issues. I don't know your problems with medicine. Do you have a lot of medicine that you have to buy? You have to know all this stuff before you come here. You know, what's this gonna cost me? What's that gonna cost me? What's a doctor gonna cost me? Doctors are cheap over here, okay? But if you have to go for a CT scan, or you have to go for this or for that, some of those things are expensive still, okay? That's why I tell people, if you're on Social Security and you're in your 70s or late 60s or something like that, and you think you're gonna come over here and live on $1,200, unless you have some sort of insurance or something, you're not gonna be able to live on that. You have to have some sort of health insurance over here. And also you have to have some sort of life insurance over here to bury you, and have a plan in place. And this is why I've covered all this stuff in the past. If you look through all my videos, I've covered everything from what it costs for a funeral, to SRV costs, to housing costs, to food costs, budgets, different types of budgets, a poverty-stricken budget, all the way up to a decent budget, a decent, you know, minimum budget to have. So you guys have to kind of mull this over in your head and really think this over before coming here. And I'm not trying to talk, like I said, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of coming over here. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you the tools that you need to make sure that you're safe when you come here. Because if you come here and you don't have an emergency fund, or you don't have a startup fund and stuff like that, and then you dip, if you don't have a startup fund and you start dipping into your emergency fund, guess what? You've already started off on the wrong foot. You know, and a lot of you guys that are in your 70s and stuff like that are writing to me, telling me, you know, I met this girl, she's 22 years old, she's really nice. Guys, if you're with a 22-year-old girl and you're in your 70s, you know, that's just the beginning of your problems, because this girl's gonna take all your money and she's probably gonna take off. I'm not saying all girls are like that. I'm just telling you right now that if you're with a younger girl, you know, most of the younger girls here are young, naive, and they're looking for this. If you're 70 years old, if you be realistic, do you think a 22-year-old girl wants to go with a 72-year-old guy? You know, it's not likely, you know? So guys, you get over that quick. You're better off looking for an older woman. See, some of you guys write to me and sometimes it works. You know, I fully understand that, I get it. Does it always work? No, some girls play a long game too. They might play for 10 years, hoping to get all your money, or hoping to get the house, or hoping to do this or that. You don't know, you know, and you won't know until you die. And even then, you probably won't know. So, you know, just think of it that way, guys. You know, just be careful. I always tell people, be careful of the girl that you pick, you know, because there's a lot of decent girls over here, but there's also a lot of scammers, and just be extra careful. And I can't talk about this enough, because of the fact that it happens to so many people. A lot of these expats that are in the streets over here because of a girl, okay? I can't say that enough. They're in the streets because of a girl. Okay, because a girl scammed them, because a girl ripped them off, because they put their money in the hands of a girl that scammed them. Most of the relationships that guys come over here for work out. Okay, they do work out. They work out fairly good. In the United States, we have a 50% divorce rate. Over here, you can't get a divorce, guys. You can get an annulment. Okay, so what happens is the girl takes off on you and you don't even know where she went. So those are things you have to consider, you know. Be careful, guys. Just be extra careful, you know. And you know, I can't say that enough, that you know, you guys really need to, you know, stay on the ball and know what you're doing, you know, because if you drop the ball over here, some of you older guys, you have to stay on top of your game. You know, you really have to stay on top of your game, and you have to, you know, like, watch what's going on around you all the time. And if you don't, you know, you're more likely to get scammed by somebody. Eyes wide open, guys, all the time over here. You know, you really have to keep one eye open all the time. You know, when you find a decent girl, you'll know. You'll know. You know, you'll feel it, okay? And some of you guys are talking about sticking a ring on a girl's finger almost as soon as you land at the airport, you know, and, you know, you got to get to know these girls, guys. Just wake up, you know. But the other things to think about is inflation, guys. We got the inflation thing going on over here. And like I said, I'm going to try to cover all this. And this video is going to be a little bit longer than my usual short videos. But I wanted to talk about that. Housing, you want to make sure you're in a safe area, flood-free zone. Stay away from earthquake-prone areas, tsunami areas, things like that. And you, like I said, we've gone over that also in the map thing. You can get maps that will tell you where these areas are, the dangerous areas, okay? Palawan is probably one of the safest areas in the north part, okay, as far as staying away from terrorists, guerrillas, or whatever, you know, things like that. There's also less earthquakes down there, and I believe there's less tsunamis down in that area too, because there's less earthquakes. So that's something to think about. But there is like a lot of hospital issues. You have to find a place that has hospitals, guys. For you older folks, you know, like that are in your late 60s or have health issues even in your 50s, you guys got to seriously consider being near a hospital. Cavite is a good area for hospitals, especially up near Das Marinas. You know, also here in Tracy Martires, we have hospitals. And we're also close to De La Salle University Hospital. Okay, great hospital, decent, they treat you decent. A lot of doctors in there, and that's a place to think about, okay? I want you guys to be safe. And some of you guys shooting back questions, can I come without an emergency fund if I'm making an extra, able to save another $400 a month? Guys, you need the money here in advance. If you come over here and you find yourself in trouble, then you're gonna be in trouble, you know? And you're not gonna have the cash on hand. You need cash on hand. You need insurance. You need to pay your doctor's bills right away in most cases, unless your insurance company has a deal with the hospital. But you know, these are all the things we have to cover. And I do think we are gonna open up soon, guys. I do think that we're probably gonna open up within 6 months. Maybe it might be like a small amount of people coming in. We don't know yet, you know, but I'm hoping, guys, hoping and praying that this is gonna happen, you know, because I know you guys, a lot of you guys are chomping at the bit about coming over here. And most of you guys are pretty well planned out. But think about everything, guys. Think about everything I said. Try to go through my videos. I'm not trying to talk people out of anything. I'm trying to make sure you think before you come here, because I just don't want to see expats come over here that are ill prepared or think that it's all, you know, bread and roses over here. It's not. You know, it can be kind of funky sometimes, you know. So anyway, guys, God bless, take care, and be sure to think about what I said, okay? Be sure to like and subscribe, guys.